This is Draconic What If, and this is What If Deku was Storm's son. Okay, so in the world of My Hero Academia, there are quirks and there are people with the X gene. The difference is that it's rare for people to be born with that gene unless a member or an ancestor had it. Another difference is that people that have the X gene are more powerful and do not have the same limitations as people with quirks. There is also the matter that since it's rare for a person to be born with that gene, the doctors and the scientists don't know much about it, and for now they don't have a way to stop it or suppress it in case a person with that gene becomes a villain. But since it was many years since anyone was born with that gene, they didn't think anyone would be born with it, and that they didn't have to worry about it. Now we switch to Inko giving birth to Izuku. And yes, I'm making Inko storm in this what if. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So when Inko is giving birth to Izuku, all you can hear are screams of Inko giving birth and the sound of thunder and lightning, like if there was a hurricane about to happen. Then as soon as Inko gives birth, everything gets back to normal. But right when everything dials down, and the doctor was holding baby Izuku, the room temperature starts to drop dramatically. Then both Inko and the doctor realize it's Izuku's doing. Then the doctor gives Izuku to Inko because he thinks maybe he'll calm down when he gives him to her. And he was right. After that, the doctor asked Inko if he could run some tests to see what type of quirk Izuku has. But Inko already knew that it wasn't a quirk, but the X gene, because Inko comes from a long line of mutants that keep a secret, since people would want to experiment on them and God knows what else. So she replies with, "No need to worry, doctor, I already know what is his quirk, but I'll wait till he is old enough to confirm it." After that, Inko took Izuku and went home. We time skip to when Izuku is 3 years old. Izuku is training with Inko, and the reason why Izuku is training with Inko is because Inko, of course, is a pro hero. She's, I would say, probably like in the top 20, like I would say she's about 17, 18, maybe like 14, 10 on the 10th place. Okay, but let's get back to it. When she's training Izuku, she realizes that he has the same power as her, weather manipulation. But the difference is that it's more powerful and it's way stronger than she thought. And she thinks to herself, damn, I didn't know my son was this powerful. Then Inko thinks, I mustn't let him become a villain, because if he does, all of the heroes will have a lot of trouble with trying to stop him. Some of them might even die, especially the low-ranking ones. After that, Inko calls Izuku over and asks him if he wants to become a hero when he grows up. Then Izuku, with bright eyes that seem to be glowing and a smile that could warm anyone's heart, says, "Yes, mommy, I want to be just as great of a hero as you, or even greater." After hearing that, Inko feels a huge weight that has dropped off of her. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Izuku will be going to school when he's 4 years old because up until he was 3 years old, he couldn't control his own manipulation properly, so Izuku decided to train him in controlling his power and also homeschooling him for the time being. Also, Deku is very confident and sometimes too overconfident because of his powerful manipulation, and also because he works out on a daily basis and does martial arts with his mom. Deku also learned about his family and that they are mutants and that he too is one, which means he cannot say that he has the X gene to anyone because who knows what people that information will attract and what harm could it bring to him and his family. Now we time skip a couple of days when young Izuku with his mom are on their way to the mall to buy new clothes and later eat something over there, when 4 villains come out of nowhere with a little girl as a hostage, and they are trying to escape from some heroes. The little girl is about Izuku's age. She has pink skin, small horns, and black eyes with golden pupils. The little girl's parents are begging the heroes to do something and save the little girl. When Izuku saw that the heroes weren't doing anything to help, to help, to help, Izuku rushed out without thinking and used wind to make one of the villains let go of the little girl. And when he did, Izuku told her to stand behind him. And then when all of the four villains were about to attack Izuku at once, he then used a very powerful lightning attack to knock all of them out. And when the villains got taken away by the heroes, people started to praise young Izuku for his powerful quirk and for saving that little girl. When the little girl's parents come over to thank Izuku for saving the little girl, Inko bursts in through the crowd and starts to scold Izuku for being reckless and fighting villains. Then the little girl's mom says, "Excuse me, miss, I want to thank your son for saving my daughter." Then Izuku said, "But you don't need to thank me. It's a hero's job to save people." And that's what I did. Then the little girl comes over to Deku and says, "Thank you," and gives him a kiss on the cheek. And she blushes a little bit. And Izuku is just there, as well as the tomato, trying to process what just happened. After that, everyone goes their separate ways. And Izuku on his way home, still thinking about the kiss that the little girl gave him. That was his age. He's just there thinking like, "Oh, what should I do? What should I do? It was my first time getting kissed by a girl. Oh, it's so awesome." Yeah. So now we time skip, I would say, to like when he's about 4 years old. He's going to school for the first time with his mom. He's so excited to go to school for his very first time. And then when he and Inko reach the school, Izuku goes in and Inko just says, "Be careful, I hope you have a nice day." And then Izuku replies to his mom, "You too, mom, I hope you're gonna be safe at work." Then when Izuku comes into class, the teacher introduces the new student as Izuku Midoriya. Then then the teacher tells Izuku to tell them something about himself. And Izuku replies with that he wants to be that he in the future he wants to become a hero, and that his quirk is called weather and that his quirk is called weather manipulation, just like his mom's. And then people are thinking, "Wow, that's so cool," and at the same time they're thinking, "Weather manipulation, isn't that the number 10's quirk?" And then Izuku replies, "Yeah, the number 10 hero is my mom, Storm." When everybody heard that, everybody surrounded Izuku, asking him questions, not even letting him breathe. But Bakugo was just there sitting in the back of the class, looking down on Deku, thinking that he's superior and that his explosions are way better than some lousy weather manipulation. So after all the kids stop asking Izuku questions about his mom and the hero and everything, Izuku goes to sit down. And unfortunately, the only seat available is one next to Bakugo. When he goes to sit down, he wanted to he wanted to say hi to Bakugo, but then he just got a feeling like, if I say hi, I know for a fact he's going to do something stupid. He's got that feeling. So instead, he just ignores him and just sits down. Then the day proceeds as normal. On break time, Deku sees Bakugo bullying a little kid that had a wicked quirk. When Deku saw that, he rushes over, telling Bakugo, stop that right now. And Bakugo replies like, huh? You, Deku? What are you going to do? Blow some wind at me? Summon some rain? When Deku hears that, he replies with, no, I'm going to smite you with lightning. And Bakugo says, like if your craft royal manipulation can summon lightning. And then Deku gets even more pissed off and rushes at Bakugo without thinking, letting Bakugo just aggravate him. But when Bakugo was getting ready to throw an explosion straight at Izuku immediately flew up into the air, shocking Bakugo, and then just zapping him from behind, knocking him out. And then he looked at his thugs instead and says, any of you want to get zapped as well? Because you're more than welcome to. They run off because they're just too scared. Then he helps the little kid up, asking him if he's alright and why were they bullying him. Then the little kid says that they're bullying him because his quirk is just flexibility. They can just his quirk allows him to be more flexible than usual than a person with just training. But when Izuku hears that, he says, it's not a bad quirk. It's actually pretty fun being able to be flexible like that. I'm kind of jealous. He says that and makes the boy's day a little bit better. Okay, so I want to say sorry if it sounded kind of crap. I'm just a little bit tired because I'm doing this at 2 a.m. in the morning. I might think to redo it, maybe not, but yeah. So I'm just going to end it right here, and yeah. I mean, you can tell me if you want me to ship those two together. You should probably know already from the description that I gave you that it's what character is that. But if you don't want me to ship him with her, then comment down below and just tell me. And also, if you want me to add some more characters from X-Men or different mutants like Magneto, Beast, or Quicksilver, or Scarlet Witch, or someone else, just tell me. I'm gonna find a way to get them in there. But yeah, have a nice day, night, or whatever. Bye.